series, Speaking to Inform. This is Polluting Our Water System. Help me welcome John to the lectern.
By a show of hands, how many of you are aware of the condition of your drinking water? Thank you. How many of you are afraid to drink your water? Thank you. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and friends, your concern is duly noted, and you should be alarmed. You've seen the newscast of the Michigan water problem. You've seen the news and reports on your very own GenX, known as C6. These are all newsworthy, but what do they do for your sense of well-being? Absolutely nothing except to inform you. And it did nothing for me, because after a scare from having 5 benign tumors removed from my body, I decided to do more than just buy water. By a show of hands, how many of you are drinking bottled water? Awesome. I went on Amazon.com and bought a reverse osmosis system, and I installed it in one day. Now I'm drinking water that 0.09 parts per million. So that's almost pure. And that is, I'm saving that speech for another day. I'm going to compare other areas to the largest estuary in the United States and 3rd in the world. My research comes from the Environmental Protection Agency and the Clean Water Act of 1977, which governs what can be dumped in the water, what cannot be dumped in. A lot of companies don't go by this. They will slip and dump anyway. I'm going to talk specifically about the Chesapeake Bay watershed, which covers the entire DC area and 6 other states: Delaware, Maryland, New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. These are products, nitrogen and phosphorus, was absorbed by the natural vegetation and the forest. This is an income 13.6 million people, which caused these levels to go way up. And they did this by the system being overloaded. You had sewage treatment plants, industrial facilities, agriculture fields, lawns, and atmosphere greatly increase these nitrogen and phosphorus levels. Poor quality have negatively affected bay grasses in the area, the blue crabs, the oysters, and the fish species. As you can see, our North Carolina system is no different than the Chesapeake Bay area system. Wilmington is starting to suffer from growing pains. More roads, more buildings, and less forest. Due to the influx of people building plants and runoff and dumpings, we've got the same problem. Thanks to the likes of Chemours and DuPont, this will cause health problems. At the worst, it will kill. What is GenX? GenX is a chemical replacement for a key ingredient in Teflon. Y'all heard of Teflon Don, it's supposed to be slide, you know. Okay. That's what Teflon material does, it makes things slide. Now the GenX here have been traced back to the Fayetteville plant. This is affecting about 250,000 people throughout this area. It is believed to be a common practice for a facility to get a permit to dump the runoff. This is something I did not know. But on my research, it shows that they can apply for permits to dump off, to do runoffs. And that's what they're doing. And that's why they're in court right now, trying to figure out how to get them to stop dumping, because EPA already issued them a permit. So the offenders seem to ignore the Clean Water Act of 1972. And they had several acts along that. 72 had the act before that, a Clean Water Act before that. Senator Edwin Muskie of Maine wrote a paper for the court, and he argued that in court to try and get people to do the right thing about dumping and all, because it affects the water. And it affects the water all over. California basically has the same problem that the Chesapeake Bay area has. And discharging pollutants in water is a danger. Now, my info comes from sources like the Environmental Protection Agency, California State Water Board, the Clean Act Water of 1972, and also there was an article in New York Times that was talking about this waterbed. And you had a PBS broadcasting called Troubled Waters. That was recent, and as I said before, Senator Edward Muskie paper of 1978. That did a lot to bring that to the forefront in Congress. So Wilmington is gearing up for the fight against Chemours to stop dumping. As I said before, they have a permit now to do so. So let's fight a good fight for clean water in our children's future. Where are you after hearing this report? Are you for or against clean water? Think about it.